Hi, my name is Thirdy Cabalu from H12H. The good and bad effect of the COVID-19 in the family. Good effect of the COVID-19 on the family. We have bonding with each other. And also we have time of ourselves and able to rest for a long time. And its bad effect on the family. Many have lost their jobs and have difficulty earning monies, and they are afraid to come out of because of the pandemic, and it is difficult for them to find a job because of the pandemic, and equipment needed cannot be bought because they are an employee and have no income. So some families have difficulty finding when they take a food in their daily lives. The pandemic has affected the thousands of peoples who are either sick or are being killed due to the spread of this disease. The pandemic is impacting everyone for a number of families. That's all. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Josef Bautista, and I am going to explain to you what the good and bad effects of this pandemic is to the economy. All right, here goes. There's about two bad effects, and then there's two good effects. So I'm going to start off with the bad. First off, when the pandemic struck, it caused everyone to stop going out. That includes workers and consumers. So when that happened, it kind of caused the money to stop flowing. And that's a very bad thing, really. See, when money stops flowing, it starts to lose value. I mean, sure, you can keep the money you have, but it kind of causes it to lose value as well. See, if you're not spending, apparently you're losing value. The money itself loses value and just becomes, well, paper. My dad gave me a good example. It's gonna be a bit obscured, but here goes. So say you're buying something for like 10 pesos, and then you're gonna be selling it for like 20, and that sounds like a steal, right? Anyway, you buy it, you sell it, you buy and sell every day, and it's giving you an extra 10 pesos all the time. Now say you stop doing that. Well, sure, you got the 10 pesos, you still have the 10 pesos, but you're going to be losing the extra 10 pesos every day if you're not doing that. And that loses value. And yeah, that's a bit obscured, but that's exactly what I think my dad told me. But anyway, that's the thing. If you're not buying and selling, you're losing value and you're losing opportunity, basically. And if you're losing opportunity, you're not getting anywhere at all, which is very bad. And not only that, here's the second thing. When people stopped going to workplaces and when they stopped buying from outside, that caused a lot of job losses, as in a huge amount, which also helped affect the economy even further, causing a huge drop, flattening everything. Now that sounds bad, but there's a good to it, sort of. Even though there's now a current flat, that's now a sudden opportunity. It gives everyone a playing field to rise in the economy and help it rise. Now here comes the two good things about the pandemic. There's sort of two good things, but really they did help. They help in terms of allowing the economy to rise once more. So, should drink water. Anyway, the two good things so far is opportunity and interest. Wait, is that it? Yeah, I'm fairly certain that was. Anyway, opportunities. So far, when the pandemic struck, it caused a lot of things to get jumble out of balance. But amongst that chaos, opportunity is made. So, people started becoming more wiser in terms of spending because they suddenly realized the value of, well, online transactions. It they realized it was actually quite useful more than it was back then. I mean, sure, it was used often, but not as often now. Now, suddenly people started buying, and also people started buying the essentials, nothing else, just things that mattered, like food, water, cleaning things, junk food, no, shoes, no, gamings. Well, actually, that's people are still going to do that. It's online transactions. That becomes more. The essentials become even more important now more than ever. And when people realized that, they became wiser in spending. So, so online transactions became more important suddenly, and that's the opportunity. And suddenly, people found an even greater deal in it. So they start investing. So they start creating more businesses based around this type of ordeal. The pandemic gave a lot of negatives, but it did give us opportunities in rising. Although the economy has dropped to a very low bar, it still has a chance to rise back up in a slow but fortunately good manner.
Hi, I'm Isaiah Luis in Samarista, and we're gonna talk about what are the good and bad effects of this COVID-19 pandemic in our social institution, like health and religion. First is health institution. What are the good and bad effects of this COVID-19? The good effects are health workers are being highlighted in this time. They are being hero or they are being bayani in this time in our country because they are helping the other Filipinos, our fellow Filipinos who are affected of the virus, and they are overworking for us or for us to help to fight this virus. Next is medicines are being in demand. From herbal medicines to vitamin C's capsules, syrups, or other medicines that are being used to counter this virus are being in demand in this time because all of the Filipinos are being scared, are feeling scared of having this virus in our body because it is bad. It gives us anxiety. It gives us a bad feeling because having this virus, it attacks not only our immune system but our mental health also. The last one I observed in these past few months of having good effects of this COVID-19 pandemic to our health institutions are from influencers to artists to a normal citizen Filipino. They are starting to help the health workers of having equipments or anything that may help on fighting the COVID-19 pandemic while they are working, while they are in duty, and not just also the influencers, the artists, and the other normal Filipino citizens who have hearts, but our government also. They are helping the health workers that lacks of equipment while fighting this pandemic. The bad effects of this COVID-19 pandemic in health institution. First is the doctors, the nurses, and all the health workers, they are risking their lives for us. They are risking of what they have or what they are right now to help us fight this pandemic. Next is the medicines. The medicines are being capitalized by the other Filipinos who realize that they're gonna earn money by selling medicines, by selling alcohols, by selling equipments to not just to health workers but other Filipinos who wants to buy equipment to prevent having the viruses. The next is hospitals. Hospitals are being full because of this COVID-19 pandemic, and because of this other Filipino who has an illness, not just because of the virus, but an illness like diabetes, cancers, or any illness that we have are being not accept because the capacity on the hospitals are full. So that are the good and bad effects of this COVID-19 pandemic in our health institution as I observed in these past few months since this COVID-19 pandemic starts. So let's move on to religion institution. So what are the good and bad effects of this COVID-19 pandemic to our religion? For me, as a Catholic, good effects of this COVID-19 pandemic is, as a Catholic, your faithfulness on what you believe, on who you believe, are being stronger and stronger every day in our life. As this COVID-19 starts, we don't stop praying, we don't stop wishing, we don't stop helping others, because our faithful to what we believe is being stronger and stronger, and it is being tested day by day. Next is churches. Churches in our area are helping also. That remind its people to keep praying, to keep your faithful strong, to do the things that will help you get stronger, not by just physical but spiritually. The bad effects of this COVID-19 pandemic to religion institution is, number one, churches are being locked down, and as a Catholic, it's hard to attend mass, to have confessions, because you can't go outside or to go to churches because of this COVID-19 pandemic. And the next bad effects of this COVID-19 pandemic is, as I said earlier, that people who capitalizing the things that may earn money, they are ignoring the faithfulness of their self, the dignity, the attitude, and other else na, as I will say, tinalikuran ng mga tao. The people, tinalikuran nila yung pagiging faithful nila sa kung anong pinaniniwalaan nila, and they just did what is wrong. So, that is the good and bad effects of this COVID-19 pandemic to our social institutions like health and religion. Thank you.